Akandamandalakaram yaptam yena characharam tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ajnanati mirandasya Yanachana Shalakaya Chaksurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Stavaram Jangamam Yatam Yakinchit Sacharacharam Tatparam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Bhavajivyapiyam Sarvam Trilokyam Sacharacharam Tatparam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sarvashruti Shiroratna Virajita Padambujam Virantam Bhuja Suryoya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Chaitanya Shashvata Shanto Vyoma Vito Niranjana Bindunara Kalatita Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Yana Shakti Samaruna Tatvamala Vibhushita Bhukti Mukti Pradatacha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Aneka Janma Samprapta Karma Bandha Vidani Atmajnana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sushanam Bhava Sindosha Drapanam Sarasampala Guru Padodakam Samya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Na Guru Radhikam Dharvam Na Guru Radhikam Tapam Tatvajnana Param Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Manata Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Radhira Nadesha Guru Paramadevata Guru Parataram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tameva Mata Japita Tameva Tameva Bandhusha Sakha Tameva Tameva Vidyadravinam Tameva Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tameva Mata Japita Tameva Tameva Bandhusha Sakha Tameva Tameva Vidyadravinam Tameva Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Gurudeva, 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 Guruji. 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 Gurudeva Sharanam Deva Pahi Prabhu Sharanam Deva Gurudeva Sharanam Deva Pahi Prabhu Sharanam Deva O Gurudeva Sharanam Deva Pahi Prabhu Sharanam Deva Gurudeva Sharanam Deva Pahi Prabhu Sharanam Deva Sundara Rupa Shri Harideva Shri Vishwananda Sharanam 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 Gurudeva, 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 Guruji. 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 Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Paye Prabhu Sharanam Deva. Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Paye Prabhu Sharanam Deva. Oh Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Paye Prabhu Sharanam Deva. Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Paye Prabhu Sharanam Deva. Sundara Rupa Shri Harideva, Shri Vishwananda Sharanam. 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 Gurudeva, 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 Guruji. 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 Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Paye Prabhu Sharanam Deva. Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Paye Prabhu Sharanam Deva. Oh Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Paye Prabhu Sharanam Deva. Gurudeva Sharanam Deva, Paye Prabhu Sharanam Deva. Sundara Rupa Shri Harideva, Shri Vishwananda Sharanam. 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 Tvameva Mata Chapita, Tvameva Bandhusha Saka, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Tvameva Mata Chapita, Tvameva Bandhusha Saka, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva. Oh Tvameva Mata Chapita, Tvameva Bandhusha Saka, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Tvameva Mata Chapita, Tvameva Bandhusha Saka, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Gurudeva, 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 Guruji. 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 Tvameva Mata Chapita, Tvameva Bandhusha Saka, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Avatar Shishaya Namaha, Om Vishamaya Namaha, Om Devakar Samudayaya Namaha, Om Sukshmatanave Namaha, Om Shimaya Namaha, Om Gurumurtaye Namaha, Om Sundaraya Namaha, Om Sulochanaya Namaha, Om Sumukhaya Namaha, Om Sharvasaya Namaha, Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Padmabhujaya Namaha, Om Mandagamanaya Namaha, Om Sharvalanarine Namaha, Om Ramaya Namaha, Om Mandir Sapakaya Namaha, Om Shri Vavachakaya Namaha, Om Gayajvane Namaha, Om Arpan Sikarakaya Namaha, Om Vishnu Pujakaya Namaha, Om Namo Narayana Iti Mantropasakaya Namaha, Om Savamayaya Namaha, Om Madhurkantaya Namaha, Om Krishna Sankirtanurupaya Namaha, Om Sutra Priyaya Namaha, Om Mitabhashine Namaha, Om Vagmine Namaha, Om Chitakala Vishwashadhaya Namaha, Om Vratalaraya Namaha, Om Sadave Namaha, Om Jagat Panthaya Namaha, Om Sarvalokavitaya Namaha, Om Bhakta Priyaya Namaha, Om Shuddhaya Namaha, Om Anukulaya Namaha, Om Niyaya Namaha, Om Sudarshanaya Namaha, Om Bhaktavatsalaya Namaha, Om Premamurtaye Namaha, Om Subhikshanaya Namaha, Om Pritivardhanaya Namaha, Om Swastidayakaya Namaha, Om Tarakaya Namaha, Om Anugrahaya Namaha, Om Vardhanaya Namaha, Om Architaya Namaha, Om Artaya Namaha, Om Siddhipradaya Namaha, Om Janardhanaya Namaha, Om Anuharaya Namaha, Om Akshaya Namaha, Om Sirishwaraya Namaha, Om Bhasmabhushitaya Namaha, Om Atmalingaya Namaha, Om Lingarshana Prasakaya Namaha, Om Siddhisadanaya Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, Om Karapasakaya Namaha, Om Sukshmaya Namaha, Om Vishukaya Namaha, Om Sattvikaya Namaha, Om Samadarshine Namaha, Om Dakshaya Namaha, Om Achintyaya Namaha, Om Nirankaraya Namaha, Om Nirmohaya Namaha, Om Avyagraya Namaha, Om Chitakrodhaya Namaha, Om Vinayashalaya Namaha, Om Svavashaya Namaha, Om Kushalaya Namaha, Om Shamaya Namaha, Om Satyadharmaya Namaha, Om Nirvikalpaya Namaha, Om Viradhaya Namaha, Om Ajindraya Namaha, Om Satyasandhaya Namaha, Om Pavitraya Namaha, Om Madhura Swabhavaya Namaha, Om Surarlandaya Namaha, Om Nandanaya Namaha, Om Prasadatmane Namaha, Om Bhaktanidaye Namaha, Om Sakshaye Namaha, Om Samatmaye Namaha, Om Satyayogine Namaha, Om Haraye Namaha, Om Sutapaye Namaha, Om Somyaye Namaha, Om Guyaye Namaha, Om Vimutatmaye Namaha, Om Gabhiraye Namaha, Om Guptaye Namaha, Om Atmaramaye Namaha, Om Shrivasaya Namaha, Om Devaya Namaha, Om Juchidaraye Namaha, Om Danyaya Namaha, Om Gurave Namaha, Om Gurachikamaye Namaha, Om Ganaya Namaha, Om Bhagavate Namaha, Om Harishana Margadarshakaya Namaha, Om Kustashakartakaya Namaha, Om Aviprayaya Namaha, Om Sarvamata Samatyaya Namaha, Om Shamikatavavardakaya Namaha, Om Premavatara Sri Vishwananda Swamine Namaha. Ato Devavantano Yato Vishnur Vishakrame Pradivya Sapta Dhamabhi Idam Vishnur Vishakrame Predan Nidade Padam Samudamasya Pagam Sure Trini Pada Vishakrame Vishnur Gopa Adabhyaha Ato Dharmani Dharyane Vishnu Dharmani Pashyata Yato Vritani Pashmase Indrasya Yujasaka Tat Vishnu Paramam Padagum Sada Pashanti Surya Dili Vachachuratatam Tat Vipraso Vipanyavo Jagavagum Sasamindate Vishnu Yat Paramam Padam. Premavataraaya vidmahe Sadgurudevaya dhimahi Thanno Vishwananda prachodayate. Om Premavataraaya vidmahe Sadgurudevaya dhimahi Thanno Vishwananda prachodayate. Om Premavataraaya vidmahe Sadgurudevaya dhimahi Tano Vishwananda prachodayate. Govinda. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Yo Yona Prachodayat Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Yo Yona Prachodayat Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Yo Yona Prachodayat.
Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhusudana Ketapare Narayana Achyuta Trivikrama Chakrapane Daitari Sajadara Sridhara Vasudeva Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Rukmini Shabhavanasa Hare Murare Radesha Gopesha Suruprabhamani Vandya Shri Dharayachaya Vaikuntha Pate Bhuvaneka Murte Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Vinakrate Mananaruprabhavara Murte Shri Vikramaya Guhune Guru Rama Rama Shri Rama Krishna Yadunandana Kalki Rupa Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Govinda Madhava Mukunda Parak Paresha Damodaraja Nandana Darishori Gopa Gopi Jana Samrita Dina Bando Gopi Jana Priya Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Bhakta Shayam Bhugadadita Padashayan Sad Bhakta Hit Samadashayan Ramangashayan Shri Gopa Bhama Mutatarpya Subandashayan Gopa Vallabha Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Kashyapati Sukanara Ragotamadi Brahma Shri Sangamani Sangha Vaparatesho Tishtanti Deva Tava Darshana Bhagya Hito Gopala Shekha Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Mandara Jali Tulasi Dalamali Kadyahe Malyani Anjani Pute Samudararati Tishtanti Tvatpavata Dalatale Mudindyaha Radha Manohara Hare Tava Suprabhatam Vedattayam Patati Gautama Gaya Goyaha Gayanti Satguna Gano Varadasa Vargaha Sankirtayanti Tava Nama Kakana Sheshaha Shri Naranadi Rachayam Tava Suprabhatam Govardhanodana Gopa Kishora Gopa Gopi Janamrita Suvesha Bhavani Potya Shri Lokya Mohana Sumangana Divya Deha Shri Rukmini Shavarada Tava Suprabhatam Shri Vasya Chino Savanaga Katari Jata Bhaktarti Banjana Kata Priyadina Bandhu Deitanta Gayati Jana Priyadina Rupa Shri Nanda Gopatanaya Tava Suprabhatam Padmaksha Padma Mukha Padma Darat Prameya Padmalaya Shrayada Padma Nivastra Shori Padmo Bhavati Surasevita Pada Padma Padmadinata Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Vedantale Vedanaya Mahindra Vandya Kandarpa Harajiniya Sudeshwarupa Chandrananaya Siddha Chandana Nitya Deha Govinda Yadava Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Nanda Nandana Yashoda Kumara Dira Mayanga Dinara Nichona Supushpahara Nilam Buddhada Susurira Raham Vihara Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhatam
Shri Shri Janga Bhavasya Sukanti Vadra Shri Mitra Vinda Divasa Prabhu Putri Kanjaye
Dishanti Divya Bhavame Tava Sevanara Gopi Mana Priya Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Achyuta Ananda Mukunda Shori Radha Manohara Janardana Chakrapane Namani Divya Munayuna Nishambaranti Brahmi Muhurta Samaye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Suprabhatam Ye Pahanti Adisham Bhuri Krita Mahapapan Shri Krishna Grayetukam Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Kanara Karanam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Chintan Mani Prakata Samdhu Vishkalpya Viksha Lakteshu Sobatila Samprabhakadayantam Lakshmi Sahastra Sata Samprita Sevamanam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Venum Tvanantamaravinda Dayarataksham Bhagavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Gandharpa Kotika Maniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Alola Chandrakala Sadvala Marya Vanshmi Radnangadam Panaya Keli Kalavidasham Shayam Jibangalalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angyani Yasya Chakalandriya Vichimanti Pashyanti Parita Grayanti Jaram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadujvala Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Advaitam Achyutam Anandam Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Nuvayum Kavamcha Vedeshu Dullavam Adullavam Atma Bhakto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Pantasu Koti Shatavatsara Sampragamyo Vayoratapi Manaso Muni Pungavana Sopyasti Yappa Padasimya Vichincha Tatve Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Ekopya Sauturayucham Jagannanta Kotim Yachakshurasti Jagannanta Chaya Yalantaha Antarta Shat Pramadimam Chadakantarasram Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yat Bhava Bhavita Diyo Manuja Sateva Samprapya Rupa Mahima Sanayana Bhusha Shukteryameva Nigama Prapate Suvanti Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Prabhite Stipavis Taviryam eva nigarupaya kari bhavaye Goloka eva nivasaktakapati bhuto Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami
Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami Premanjana chudati bhakti vinochanena Santa sadeva idareshu vilokayanti Yam shama sundaram achincha gunasvarupam Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami
Ramanti bhuti sukalani namayatishtan Nanam varam aprakarum bhutasinstu kintu Krishna swayam sambhavara prabhana pumanyo Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami
Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami Yasya prabha prabhavato jagananta koti Koti shvashesha vasudadi vibhuti bhiman Tad brahmanikshara manantam ashesha bhutam Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami
Maya hiyasya jagananta satati surte Trigunya tatvisaya vedi vadalayanta Sanpalayambi parasatvadi sunda sattvam Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami
Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami Maya iyasya jagadanta shashadi kurse Trigunya tadvishaya veda vidyaya manam Sadvalayambi parasattva vishuddha sattvam Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami
Ananda chinmaya rasatmaya madanashu Yad praninam patilaram stamutam upetya Lila litenya bhuvanani jayati jastra Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami Golokanamni niradamni tadesha chasya Devi mahesha haridama shuteshu teshu Te prabhavani chaya vinitasya Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami Shrishti Shrishti pralaya sadhana shakti reka Chayeva yasya bhuvanani vibhuti durga Icha narupam api yasya chachesta testa Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami
Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami Shilam yatadata vikala vishesha yoga Sanjayate naritata pratayasti hetoho Yasam buddham apitaha samupeche karyate Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami
Dipachir eva hitatascha pamapumetya Dipaya devrivita hetu samana dharma Yastatrik eva hichadishta padaya pati Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami
Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami Yakala nama vajale bhajasyasna yoga Nidamananta jagananta saroma kupaha Adara shaktyam balam yaparam samurtim Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami
Yasika nitsva sakalam apantam punambya Jivanti loma vilaja jagannatha nataha Vishnur mahan sahita yasya kala vishesho Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami
Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami Vaishvamya tasma sakaleshu nichesu tesha Sviyam kiyat prakatayat chapikatvarartha Brahmaya esha jagadanta vidana karta Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yatpada Pallava Yugam Viyanaya Kumbha Danve Pramaya Samaye Saganadi Raja Vignan Vinantamalamasya Jagatrayasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Anirmahi Gayanam Umarodhyasya Kalastatanma Manasita Jagatrayani Yasmat Bhavanti Vibhavanti Vishantayamsha Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Yachakshuresa Savita Sakalara Natam Raja Samastra Suramurti Mashesha Tejaha Yasyagnaya Brahmati Samrita Kala Chakro Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Dharmota Papa Nishaya Sutaya Sapansi Brahmadi Gita Patagavadaya Shajiva Yadatta Mata Vibhava Prakata Prabhava Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yastigna Rupa Matavindra Mahosva Karma Bandhana Rupa Palabhaja Mama Panoti Karmani Nidahadi Kintu Se Bhakti Bhajam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yam Krodha Karma Saraja Pramayadi Piti Vatsalya Moha Guru Gaurava Seva Bhavahi Sanchitya Tasya Sadhyasimta Nura Purete Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Arati Radhir Govinda Sarva Kanara Karanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Om Agnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Gurudev, good morning. So today's Srimad Bhagavatam verse is from Canto 7, Chapter 7, verse 45. Kim iter atmanas tuchahe saha dhena naheshwari anter arta shanka shair nityananda rashodhe. The translation is, all this paraphernalia is very near and dear as long as the body exists. But as soon as the body is destroyed, all things related to the body are also finished. Therefore, one actually has nothing to do with them. But because of ignorance, one accepts them as valuable. Compared to the ocean of eternal happiness, they are most insignificant. What is the use of such insignificant relationships for the eternal living being? It's a very beautiful verse. This is from Canto 7. It's Prahlad talking to his Asuric classmates. And the verse before, he mentions it here also, but just to clarify, this paraphernalia that he's referencing, and at the end of this verse he says, what is the use of such insignificant relationships? In this context, what he's talking about is the paraphernalia of relationships. Relationships that we have in this life: mother, father, friends, co-workers, classmates. And I'm happy that I had this verse saved. I have a document of, sometimes I go through the Bhagavatam and I save verses that I like. And I had this one saved because I really had no idea what to talk about today. Often is the case, but often also it's not the case. Sometimes something sticks in my mind for the week and I decide to talk about that. But this week, nothing was sticking for me. And so I did what I do sometimes, my little cheat, which is, and doesn't always work, but I text Guruji, or I ask Guruji, what should I talk about? Doesn't always work, but more often than not, he just sends me something or says something to me, which is very sweet, and I don't expect anything. Just kind of try my luck. But this time it worked. I said, Guruji, what should I talk about? And so he sent me this. He just sent me this. I'll read it to you. So I said, what should I talk about? And this was no other context. This is what he sent me. He said, you look for a relationship with someone so they can make you happy, so you can enjoy their company, so you can love them, so you can be with them. But I can assure you that within yourself is a greater love, a greater joy, a greater peace than you can ever find anywhere else. True, you've got it all. There is nothing, no thing that you need from the outside. If you can only learn to look within, if you can only learn to dive deep within yourself and identify with the self, merge with the self, I can't begin to tell you the joy you would feel. There is nowhere you have to go. There is no one you have to meet. There is nothing you have to do. You simply have to be yourself. You are the joy of the world. And then he texted me and said, I didn't write this. And didn't tell me who wrote it either. But that's what he decided to send me. And then I was looking for a verse, and this verse from Prahlad came, which is essentially talking about the exact same thing. And it's very, very beautiful. Also what Guruji sent me from this unknown person that wrote this, and from Prahlad, who said this to his classmates. And how easy it is and how often it is that we don't contemplate these things on a daily basis. Sure, we contemplate them more than the average person in this world. There's a reason that we're on this spiritual path. Something piqued our interest. Guruji attracted us in some way, which is different. It just objectively is different than most human beings in the world. But still, at least for myself, so often we get so distracted with everything else. And about a month ago, I was in Canada again. I've kind of been going there once every 2 years or so. And I was there for Christmas and New Year's. And it's always very, very interesting to observe my family and friends and kind of the world outside in its most mundane way, right? Because often when I'm traveling outside of the ashram, when I leave Germany, 99.9% of the time I'm going somewhere with Guruji. So I don't, when you're with Guruji, nothing is mundane. So it's always very interesting for me to go back to where I grew up, to where my parents are, where a lot of my friends are still, and just to kind of observe, take note, and also observe how I've changed and how they've changed to some degree. But the change that happens on the outside, mundane kind of life existence, is a different kind of change. And it's interesting to have that perspective again, because it doesn't happen very often. And it's curious how much people are not contemplating life on a deeper level. How mundane and comfortable people become and are seemingly fine with that. Fine with accumulating all of this paraphernalia that Prahlad is talking about, right? All of these things that we surround ourselves with. But often when we think about the attachments on the outside world, especially if you talk to somebody who isn't spiritual, who doesn't think about these things often, they think about material attachments, right? Things, all their things and house, car, their stuff, right? But this verse, and what Guruji sent me also, right, that people often forget about attachment, are these relationships that we're deeply, deeply, strongly attached to, that we don't even realize, really. Right? This thing that Guruji sent me. Everybody's looking for that relationship with someone so they can be happy, so they can enjoy their time together, so they can make memories and grow stronger attachment for one another. But he says, I can assure you that within yourself is a greater love, a greater joy, a greater peace than you can ever find anywhere else. There is nothing that you need from the outside. And yet, everybody is running to the outside constantly, without a break, without a moment of self-reflection. And we all just take it for granted and assume that it's normal. I'll give you an example. There's a video that I saw the other day, posted online. Maybe you've seen this video. I've seen it a couple times already online. And it's a video of, the title of the video is something along the lines of the Indian government or the Indian army. They found a yogi in the Himalayas. They're going up one mountain and they come across a sadhu sitting, wearing nothing, meditating in the middle of nowhere, in the Himalayas somewhere. And they start filming him. And he comes walking towards them. I'm not even sure if they say anything. And he just walks past them eventually. And he's like snow everywhere. He's wearing some small loincloth. He's matted hair, beard. And he's obviously in a state of bliss. And he's not interested even in anything around him. He's not bothered by the people, by the cold. It's very obvious. And then he starts rolling down the mountain, and it's a steep mountain covered in snow. And they're just filming him and being like, what the heck? I mean, in India, they understand also. But where this video is posted, people don't understand, right? All the people from the West, then I went into the comments. And from the Western perspective, this is crazy. All of these comments being like, well, this guy is mentally unwell. This guy's crazy. This is nuts, blah, 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 blah. Making judgments. But it was nice also because there are some comments responding to those comments saying, perhaps actually, we're the crazy ones. A little bit of self-reflection. Why is he the crazy one and we're not? We're the ones that are running around looking for a house, paying taxes, trying to get work, going to work every single day. You know, Guruji says, people that go to work all week, looking forward to the weekend so they can get high and drunk, just so that they can forget everything that they did on the weekend and then continue the cycle. They get so inebriated that they forget even what they did on this weekend that they were so excited for, and then they start again, the same process on Monday, and they're very depressed because they have to go to work. And then they're looking forward again for Friday. And Friday comes, and then Monday comes, and this is how people's lives go. And isn't that crazy? Isn't this whole thing crazy? But did we just accept and take for granted that it's not crazy because our culture and our society deems that it's not crazy? But I think it is actually the most crazy. Because as much as human beings, seemingly living things in general, but human beings, of course, have a greater capacity to contemplate these things, death is ever approaching. The great mystery of death is we don't know when it will come. But it is coming, that's for sure. Just as sure as you have been born, you will die. And yet one of the only things that we're sure about in this life, we barely contemplate it. We barely remember it. We don't like to think about it. It's a negative thing. It's scary. But for Guruji, if you listen to him talk about death, talk about those saints and those yogis that are ready to die, that embrace death as a friend, it's very, very beautiful, very profound, if you heard him talk about these things. And that is the state that we should strive for. Embracing death as a friend. Because death, for many of us, is the remembrance, the hard remembrance, the strict remembrance that, like this verse is saying, like this thing that Guruji texted me, it's unavoidable that all of this paraphernalia, all of these relationships, all of this stuff, all of this whole idea and identity that we think we are, who we think we are, it comes to a hard truth that it's not actually very relevant. And so it is a difficult thing. We are conditioned so much to be a certain way, to live a certain way, to strive for certain things. This world is so materialistic, especially in the West. And we've been sold this idea, right, like this thing that Guruji sent me, that these relationships and these things are going to make us happy. They're going to fulfill us. But something that truly fulfills you, that will truly make you happy. And when I say happiness, I'm not just talking about this mundane happiness, but this bliss that Guruji describes, that is described in many religions. It cannot ever be taken away, right? This happiness that is described, this mundane happiness, these things will make you happy. But when those things are taken away, when those relationships that we have with those people pass, when people that are very dear to you pass, are we happy anymore? Are we still happy? When somebody scratches my car, does it make me happy? When my phone dies, when I drop my phone and it breaks, does it make me happy? No. Because your happiness is entangled with these things. But that's not real happiness. Real happiness, real bliss is like that yogi in the Himalayas that has nothing in the freezing cold. You can't take anything from him or give him anything that is going to make him more or less blissful. And this is what just this idea we need to try and remember. At least I do. Because even on the spiritual path, even after 10 years of being with Guruji, I'm just constantly getting distracted by all of the paraphernalia. Even after all of the experiences I've had, after losing my dad, my father suddenly, right, being face to face with death, having one of these relationships that I was very attached to, suddenly ending, being very upset, and all of these things, still attachment to the world happens. So it's just a beautiful, beautiful reminder also that, like Guruji says, what he sent me, and in his teachings, I think we underestimate how incredibly, profoundly wonderful and beautiful this is, right? What he sent me says, if you can only learn to dive deep within yourself, identify with the self, I can't begin to tell you the joy you would feel. There is nowhere you have to go. There is no one you have to meet. There is nothing that you have to do. Simply have to be yourself. Know yourself. Everything is there. You are the joy of the world. So, let's try and remember this as much as possible. And it's a very good reminder also for me and all of us, not only because we're on the spiritual path, do we take it for granted also? Do we just point the finger at everyone else and say, look at them, they're also attached? But it can become easy to do that. But attachment comes in many, many different ways. So, Jai Gurudev.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Praradaradarine. Purvakshaha
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha
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 Shilatankanakaraye
Shilatankanakalaye
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 Ito narasimo parato narasimo
Ito narasimo parato narasimo
Ito narasimo parato narasimo
Ito narasimo parato narasimo
Yato yato yamitato narasimo
Yato yato yamitato narasimo
Yato yato yamitato narasimo
Yato yato yamitato narasimo
Bahir narasimo hridaye narasimo
Bahir narasimo hridaye narasimo
Bahir narasimo hridaye narasimo
Bahir narasimo hridaye narasimo
Narasimham Harim Sharanam Prapaje
Narasimham Harim Sharanam Prapade
Narasimham Harim Sharanam Prapaje
Narasimham Harim Sharanam Prapade
Tava Kala Kamaravare Nakamad Buddha Shringam Naritarinyana Kashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadirta Narahari Rupam Jai Jagadishare Jayo Jagadishare Jayo Jagadishare
Paramahamsa Aduta Shringa Galita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadita Narari Rupa Jai Jagadishare Jaya Jagadishare Jaya Jagadishare
Keshavajita Panahari Lupam Jai Jagadishare Jai Jagadishare Jai Jagadishare
Keshavadita Narari Rupa Jai Jagadishare Jaya Jagadishare Jaya Jagadishare
Jaya Nasimadev 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 Jaya Nasimadev
Jaya Nasimadev 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 Jaya Nasimadev
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Swarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Swarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj
Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Sri Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev
Sri Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev
Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev
Gurudev Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev
Gurudev Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev
Gurudev Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev
Gurudev Gurudev Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Gurudev
Satgurudev Sri Swami Vishwananda Mahaprabhu ki
Jai.
Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatindraya Karuna Karaya Mangala Mangala Me Mangala Mangala Me Prapati Dharme Karataya Mangala Mangala Me Prapati Dharme Karataya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Shaligrama Pratishtitaya Mangala Mangala Me Shaligrama Pratishtitaya Mangala Mangala Me Kridanda Dharini Kodagrajaya Mangala Mangala Me Kridanda Dharini Kodagrajaya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Rangi Sakin Karyarataya Mangala Mangala Me Rangi Sakin Karyarataya Mangala Mangala Me Mananataya Darini Daraya Mangala Mangala Me Mananataya Darini Daraya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Mangala Mangala Me Om Jai Jagadishare Swami Jai Jagadishare Bhakta Jano Ke Sankata Dasa Jano Ke Sankata Chara me dura kare Om Jaya Jagadishare Jodhya ve palapave Dukha binase manaka Swami dukha binase manaka Sukha sampati karave Sukha sampati karave Kashtami Chaitanaka Om Jaya Jagadishare Mata Pita Tuma Mere Sharanaga Om Kisaki Swami Sharanaga Om Kisaki Tuma Bina Orana Duja Tuma Bina Orana Duja Asakarum Kisaki Om Jaya Jagadishare Tuma Purana Paramatma Tuma Antarayami Swami Tuma Antarayami Parabrahma Parameswara Parabrahma Parameswara Tuma Sabake Swami Om Jaya Jagadishare Tuma Karuna Ke Sagara Tuma Palana Karata Swami Tuma Palana Karata Ben Sevaka Tuma Swami Ben Sevaka Tuma Swami Kripa Karo Bharata Om Jaya Jagadishare Tuma ho eka gosha Sabake Pranapati Swami Sabake Pranapati Kisa vide milo Dayamaya Kisa vide milo Kripamaya Tuma kome kumati Om Jaya Jagadishare Dina bandhu dukata Tumhara shaka mere Swami tumhara shaka mere Karuna ata badao Karuna ata badao Charana pada tere Om Jaya Jagadishare Vishaya vikara mikao Paparo deva Swami paparo deva Shraddha Bhakti Badao Shraddha Prema Badao Santana ki seva Om Jaya Jagadishare Dana Mana Dana Sabha Tera Swami Sabha Kucha Tera Swami Sabha Kucha Tera Tera Tujhko Arpana Tera Tujhko Arpana Kya lage mera Om Jaya Jagadishare Om Jaya Jagadishare Swami Jaya Jagadishare Bhakta Jano Ke Sankata Dasha Jano Ke Sankata Jana me dura kare Om Jaya Jagadishare Mane Shakre Rakoji Giridhari Lala Shakre Rakoji Giridhari Lala Shakre Rakoji Giridhari Lala Shakre Rakoji Mane Shakre Rakoji Giridhari Lala Shakre Rakoji Oh Giridhari Lala Shakre Rakoji Giridhari Lala Shakre Rakoji Oh Shakre Rako Shakre Rako Shakre Rakoji Shakre Rako Shakre Rako Shakre Rakoji Mane Shakre Rakoji Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji, Shama Mane Chakra Rakoji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji, Govinda Mane Chakra Rakoji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji, Giridhari Lala Chakra Rakoji. Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhu Shasaka Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva, Tvameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva. Govinda Asato Ma Sat Gamaya, Tamasoma Jyotir Gamaya, Prityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. प्रेम से बोल श्री लक्ष्मीनारायण भगवान की, प्रेम से बोल श्री भूतभृतेश्वरनाथ नरसिंह भगवान की, प्रेम से बोल श्री राधा कृष्ण के लाल की, श्री माता क्रिया बाबा जी की, श्री रामानुजाचार्य की, प्रेम से बोल सद्गुरुदेव श्री स्वामी विश्वानंद महाप्रभु की। Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Janavallabhaya Paraya Parapurushaya Parakama Mantraya Tantra Aushadashi Sastani Samraya Samraya Mrityur Mochaya Mochaya Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Diti Jwalapritai Sardik Shumanam Pak Parashnaye Paravarane Paramashite Swaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Sham Venkataramana Govinda, Gopika Jivanan Smaranam Govinda, Bhaktavatsala Govinda, Govinda Govinda Govinda, Pundalika Varade, Eknath Namde, Bandarinath Maharaj ki, Samasta Bhakta Mandali ki, Alvaren Perumanar Tiruvadikalaye, Sharana.